entertainmentbuddha.com.
Hey now, Walking Dead fans, Matt Heywood here to recap the top scenes from the latest episode of the show, which is titled Now. Now finally reunited a few of the major players back in Alexandria, but it mainly served to show just how frail the Alexandrians are when it comes to their resolve in the face of their own mortality. I found there to be 7 impactful scenes in this episode. Yes, 7, which is one more than 6. A few were very quick but significant, while others featured major changes in attitudes for certain cast members. So let's get the party started. The first impactful scene took place early on in the episode. It featured Rick giving the inhabitants of Alexandria a pep talk after he returns with half of the Walker horde behind him, who are now holding the community under siege. Rick essentially challenges everyone to suck it up and to quit being pussies because he knows that none of them have ever encountered the hell of the Walker horde or the wolves attack that the town just experienced. Aaron stands up for him and takes the blame for the wolves attack thanks to his pack being left behind in their trap towards the end of last season, so Rick is gaining favor. All along, Deanna looks like a living walker and shell-shocked, so she just leaves the meeting with her people to look at her all sad-like. Her demeanor plays a role throughout the episode, but more on that later. So after Rick pretty much tells everyone to suck it up because they can survive together, a group of Alexandrians try to raid the community's food stores. They essentially say that they're all screwed, so why suffer and starve if they're just going to die soon anyway? Again, proving that the Alexandrians are way too soft to survive in the zombie apocalypse, thanks to their fake dream town, which is slowly crumbling around them. Spencer comes in to save the day, but we later find out that he's stealing food for himself. So he's fake tough, as we say, and will surely pay for his errors before the season is through. I'm calling it now. This dude dies. The next most impactful scene is when Jesse stabs out a trapped walker in front of her other weak Alexandrians. What this scene did is show that not all Alexandrians are complete pussies, and that some, including the once abused hot blonde, can get with the program and do what it takes to survive in a hell on earth. Her line of wake up or die is key and may actually resonate with a few of the wusses. The next impactful scene was a powerful one, only because most of us probably didn't see it coming. Maggie and Aaron finally make it to the sewer opening outside of town so they can go look for Glenn, something Maggie insisted on doing herself throughout the whole episode. But once she sees the sea of walkers, her senses kick in, and she screams out loud, effectively killing any chance of her or Aaron to get by them to go look for Glenn. This signaled Maggie giving up on her man, which surprised me because I figured she would have killed anyone who tried to prevent her from finding him. To me, the reason she gave up is because she knew that there was probably no chance Glenn is alive based on the Million Walker March plan failing, but also because she knew if her and Aaron left through the secret sewer route, it would leave the city exposed to future attacks by the wolves or walkers. Of course, there's her pregnant revelation too, which is probably the actual reason she decided against risking her life looking for Glenn, because she has baby Herschel in her womb. Deanna's first walker kill takes the next spot in the countdown because it showed her transitioning from a shell-shocked widow to a strong and capable female ready to embrace her new lot in life so she can stay alive. She didn't quite know how to kill the walker, but she stabbed the shit out of it to release all of her pent-up anger from the death of her husband and the chaos that has consumed Alexandria, and we as audience members could see her mental state change with each thrust of the broken bottle into the walker's chest. What's even more important about this scene is that Deanna more or less gives Rick the green light to take over as the de facto leader of Alexandria, something he has been planning for since last season. I was torn on including this scene or not, but due to its future implications, I decided to give it the nod. The scene I'm referring to is the first big kiss between Rick and Jesse. We've known these two have sort of had the hots for each other, but for one reason or another, they didn't act on it. But after Jessie killed her first human in Walker, it appears she's finally accepted Rick's way of doing things as the only way to survive. She questions what they have to live and fight for these days, which Rick used as his cue to make his move. Slick Rick. Very slick. As an honorable mention, we have to mention the kiss between Tara and Denise too, which kind of came out of left field for someone like myself watching the show without reading the comic book. So, looks like we have a little girl-on-girl love happening in Alexandria too. The final most impactful scene made the list because it was an obvious foreshadow of things to come. Deanna, feeling refreshed and confident, goes out to antagonize the walkers at the gate, which are about 20 deep at this point. As she walks away, the camera pans to the bottom of a wall panel, which is furiously leaking walker blood. This pretty much sets the stage for the walls to come down at some point, so I'm expecting a prison camp type of episode sometime this season that features Alexandria's disastrous fall and the subsequent mass exodus of our favorite characters to their next destination. Now is definitely a good episode, so it'll be interesting to see where things go from here. It looks like next week we will get to see how Daryl, Abe, and Sasha are doing, so I don't expect to return to Alexandria for at least 2 weeks. Thanks for watching as always. I'm Matt Heywood signing off for EntertainmentBoo.com, where we make you a better geek one post at a time.